Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Steve,
And I'm Scott.
and together we're Backyard Musings broadcasting live Apple Valley, California.
Science and Technology Channel. Definitely today.
So, just a commentary. A lot of views, a lot of comments on this Trillium thing in Oregon, right? 1,700 views, but we only have 500 subscribers.
Yeah.
If you're viewing it, click subscribe, man. Just click subscribe, and you're going to get more interesting, fascinating topics.
If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't. Yeah. What does it take? Nothing. Just a push of a button, right?
Click of a button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We appreciate
we
the
appreciate
comments.
the views though, and
Yeah.
the comments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Click that button. Okay. NASA's Europa Clipper en route to Jupiter's moon Europa. We talked about that probably January or last year.
Beginning of end of last year, beginning of this year.
So it's on its way. It's doing a gravity assist with Mars. Captured infrared images of Mars during a gravity assist flyby to calibrate its thermal imaging camera. This crucial step ensures the spacecraft can accurately map heat signatures on Europa's surface, key to identifying possible signs of life beneath its icy crust. Would you like to know more? We're going to show you the slide here. That as soon as I can find out where the mouse is. There we go. All right, so that's the photo. And what's interesting about this, if you look at
Looks
it,
like a geode.
it does look like a geode. But look at the Roy G. Biv: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, purple.
Okay.
I mean,
I
what
can
is
see
that?
all those. I can see some of those.
It is.
but
The
not all of them.
outside is purple. The
Yeah.
Scott he's challenged.
Totally.
The inside's red, right?
Yeah.
And it just goes Roy G. Biv to the outside. I'm like, why is that?
I don't
Why
know.
does it do
That's
that?
a pretty cool picture though.
Like a rainbow is, you know, Roy G. Biv.
A round ball rainbow.
Yeah. I don't know, but that's infrared for you.
Okay, as it cruised past Mars, NASA's Europa Clipper snapped a stunning series of infrared images of the red planet. This wasn't just a photo op. The data is being used to fine-tune the spacecraft's heat-sensing camera, ensuring it's working perfectly by the time Clipper reaches the Juniper system in 2030, which is just a few years away. This is cool.
And then it is cool. And then I got to thinking, wait, Mars is the fourth. Okay, Mars is the fourth planet. Jupiter's like 6 or something like that. So it's probably in line to get that gravity assist to get over to Europa. I was thinking Mars. Mars is number 2.
Well, as we're going to talk here, it got pretty close to the surface. So we're going to talk about that, right?
Yeah. The real target, Europa, one of Jupiter's largest moons, where a vast global ocean lies hidden beneath a thick shell of ice. A year after arriving at Jupiter, Europa Clipper will begin flying past the moon again and again, 49 times in total, to find out if this icy world might actually support life.
One of the spacecraft's most powerful tools will be thermal imaging. By scanning Europa's surface and measuring temperature changes, Clipper will help scientists figure out how geologically active the moon is. Areas that are warmer than expected may point to recent or ongoing activity beneath the surface. Now we're going to go to slide 2.
Yeah, we're going to go to slide 2 now. This is pretty interesting too. So this slide, the darker
it's the same picture.
Yeah.
Just different imaging.
Different imaging.
Yeah.
The darker area is the coldest, right? So you can see at the top, the pole, that's really cold.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's freezing cold. And then the grayer areas are cold, but less cold than the pole. And then the white areas are warmer. You can see that at the equator, right around the equator.
I mean, we don't know exactly how warm, right? They're not,
right.
Yeah.
We probably do. I mean, we've got Mars lander down there and rover and Fido.
But what I meant to say is the temperatures are not life-sustaining temperatures.
Right. I mean, you have to go underground for that warmth or build a dome, it would take a lot of terraforming, to get that stratosphere to help keep in the heat and stuff,
Right.
which we think probably burned off billions of years ago. Yeah. All right. Thermal data could also reveal where Europa's hidden ocean comes closest to the surface. The moon is marked by long ridges and deep fractures, which many scientists believe are caused by ocean water moving beneath the ice and breaking through the crust.
Quote, "We want to measure the temperature of those features," says Arizona State University's Phil Christensen, principal investigator of Europa Clipper's infrared camera called the Europa Thermal Imaging System, or ETHEMIS.
Themis, I don't
know. Quote, "If Europa is a really active place, those fractures will be warmer than the surrounding ice where the ocean comes close to
That
the
makes
surface.
sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. Or if water erupted onto the surface hundreds to thousands of years ago, then those areas could still be relatively warm.
I don't know about 1,000 years ago. Like, I don't relatively warm. I don't think so. If it was yesterday or last week, yeah. 1,000 years ago?
I don't know.
Okay. On March 1st, Europa Clipper flew just 884 kilometers, 550 miles
That's pretty
above,
close.
above the surface of Mars in order to use the planet's gravitational pull to reshape the spacecraft's trajectory. Ultimately, the assist will get the mission to Jupiter faster than if it made a beeline for the gas giant. But the flyby also offered a critical opportunity for Europa Clipper to test Themis.
For about 18 minutes on March 1st, the instrument captured 1 image per second, yielding more than 1,000 grayscale pictures that were transmitted to Earth starting on May 5th.
Nice.
Yeah. After compiling these images into global snapshots of Mars, scientists applied color using hues with familiar associations. Warm areas are depicted in red, while colder areas are depicted in shown in blue. So
that explains the Roy G. Biv then. That explains it. So they colored. That's what they did. By comparing Themis images with those made from established Mars data, scientists can judge how well the instrument is working. They need that, right?
Yeah. Another quote. We wanted no surprises in these new images, Christensen said. The goal was to capture imagery of a planetary body we know extraordinarily well and make sure that the data set looks exactly the way it should, based on 20 years of instruments documenting Mars.
What I want to know, if something broke down or it didn't do what they wanted, would they send it back to Earth to try and fix it, or they just keep going on?
Going on. Bring it back. I don't know if they've ever done that. I don't know if they've ever brought. I mean, I know they brought back capsules, but have they ever brought back these satellites?
No, they just break up, like Skylab breaks up in the orbit.
Yeah.
So interesting. I'd like to know what they do. If you're a NASA scientist watching this, let us know what the SOP is.
Yeah, we're interested.
But click subscribe first.
Please.
NASA's Mars Odyssey orbiter, launched in 2001, carries a sister instrument named Themis, not the Themis, that has been capturing its own thermal images of the red planet for decades. To be extra thorough, the Odyssey team collected thermal images of Mars before, during, and after Europa Clipper's flyby so that Europa scientists can compare the visuals as an additional gauge of how well Themis is calibrated. Brilliant. These guys are rocket scientists.
They are.
Let's put them in charge of the government, man.
Europa Clipper also took advantage of the close proximity to Mars to test all the components of its radar instrument in unison for the first time. The radar antennas and the wavelengths they produce are so long that it wasn't possible for engineers to do that in a clean room before launch. The radar data will be returned and analyzed in the coming weeks and months, but preliminary assessments of the real-time telemetry indicate that the test went well, which we like that.
Nice. Yeah, that's our taxpayer dollars.
Yeah.
The scientists are kicking it. To leverage the flyby even further, the science team took the opportunity to ensure that the spacecraft's telecommunication equipment will be able to conduct gravity experiments at Europa by transmitting signals to Earth while passing through Mars' gravity field. We talked about that, right? Maybe a month ago. They were able to confirm that a similar operation is expected to work at Europa. So this is brilliant.
Cool stuff.
Let's remove that so you can see us. Hi.
Yeah, cool stuff.
Yeah, real cool stuff. If you've made it this far, click subscribe. Why not?
Yeah, we appreciate that.
All right, keep the comments coming and the views too. Talk to you later.
Take care, everyone. Thank you. Have a good day.